yes, of course, IBC, there's nothing they can do now with the High Court having made its decision unless they appeal successfully. But then again, the politicians have been saying several things. And if the institutions that are managing these elections, whether it's IBC or it's NCIC, if they are told that you cannot do much in terms of summoning, investigating, you have to leave that to the DPP charging such cases, how then do we tame politicians, given we have so little time, yet very volatile situation?
Maybe I think we need to get that clarity in law, because then, of course, I agree. I agree on one hand about you cannot set your own code of conduct and then you start calling people. Because see, what is the role of the VPP here? The dysfunctional NCIC, because I can call it that way. Why? Because when Junaid Mohammed said very unpalatable things about me, there was my people went there and reported, but nothing has been happening. I think Raila Odinga was supposed to appear.
Wait a minute. When you say dysfunctional, what was NCIC supposed to do?
Obviously, he was supposed to be summoned. There was supposed to be some, follow-up because they have the powers within the law. Yeah, right?
But now, the same judgment that was delivered yesterday talks about the commissions and independent offices that are allowed to summon. NCIC is not one of them.
That's why, because it's a statutory commission. That's what I'm saying. We need to look at the law, Sam, and make sure that there is a proper procedure in terms of who is supposed to do it. Otherwise, there is no need of having bodies that are gobbling up public funds and they are just toothless bulldogs. I think the issue there is that what is it that we are doing? Are we just supposed to do what I call governmenting, where you actually creating sinecure institutions that are ineffectual in terms of ensuring they address the problem that they were initially set up to take care of? So I think that is a problem in terms of our the way we are, drafting and codifying these things into law. So it is a challenge on the part of us as parliamentarians. But also, Sam, you must also not run away from the question of uneven application and selective application of the law. So that then, if then decisions are made, are they really purely on political considerations, depending on who is being, questioned at this point in time? That really affects the rule of law. So we have to be very clear what is the motivation.
Have you seen selective application of the law in the run-up to the election?
A lot of it. A lot of it, because when Midhika Linturi was accused of, mentioning some word that I should not repeat here. I mean, there was a lot of, acrimony and what have you. When, of course, the same was repeated, you see, by those who are in Azimio, you see also the reaction. If you look at, for example, even the violence that we are talking about in terms of the chopper, nobody should actually encourage any form of violence. When it happened in Kondele and now in this chopper. So you can see there's that selective and uneven application of the law and procedure. Even the pronouncements by the president himself, he never condemned when this happened in Kondele and all of that. So really, Sabina will have gone to court and said IBC has no powers. Even when you look at not just this, IBC has got there's the dispute resolution around elections, versus the PPDT and the ORPP. So we need to tidy up, and I think Chris Omalo, I must give you credit because you have initiated political parties amendments severally. We need to tidy up so that we know which is the hierarchy. Of course, Sam, there's also a challenge there around the office of the DPP. I think they started very robustly, Haji, but of late I think there has been kind of a slowdown. I hope that office has not been captured by the inertia within the various empire-building, trajectory of civil servants and state officers, so that then you have the vibrancy that is required, and there is impartial and even application of their own procedures. That for me is a problem, so that you know where to locate. But sometimes when that is the case, then that is a point where then when you interfere with it, then nothing happens. I know for sure we have a problem in terms of our state of being, because a lot of powers are spread, maybe 5, 10 government agencies. Everybody is supposed to do something. In the process, then nobody does it. So we need to review that so that then we have a clear chain of command, so that then you don't have somebody thinking that this is their role only to be stopped by the courts.